Close your eyes or leave them open if you prefer. And as you do, imagine you're standing at the edge of a peaceful garden, a place that holds all the possibilities of growth, understanding and connection. You know, the interesting thing about beliefs is they're like seeds. Some have been planted long ago, taking root without you even realizing it. And as you listen now, you might notice how easy it is to plant new seeds, ones that align with who you truly are. You're valuable as you are. Imagine a gentle realization washing over you. Your worth, it isn't bound by others' perceptions. Right now, feel a growing certainty deep within that achievements and validations, they're simply expressions of the immense value you already hold. And when you risk being judged or rejected, you may find it curious how you feel stronger instead. Knowing self-acceptance brings a kind of peace that others naturally admire. Social connection flows effortlessly. So picture this. You're connecting with others, not because you have to impress, but because you're enough, just as you are. Social belonging arises from being present, authentic. Imagine that sense of ease flowing into every interaction. Consider the possibility standing out comes naturally when you trust yourself. You might notice how opportunities flow when you're focused on growth, on contribution, not comparison. Isn't it fascinating how this belief grows quietly, effortlessly inside you? So take a moment to wonder, what if being imperfectly perfect makes you more relatable, more human? Picture how vulnerability, far from being a flaw, invites admiration and strengthens bonds. Now feel how this belief settles in as though it's always been there. It's funny, isn't it, how the act of impressing others, it often starts to matter less when you're aligned with your true self. Now notice how this belief forms. Others' judgments, they're fleeting, but your self-assurance is enduring. Imagine a time when external recognition felt essential, and now imagine leaving that behind as you step into a new understanding. Your self-worth is like a steady light, independent of what anyone else thinks. Let that light guide you now and always. And as you think about who you are, consider this. Others see the version of you that you choose to show. And right now, you're free to choose a version that feels natural, authentic and powerful. Isn't it amazing how true influence grows from not trying to impress, but from being impressively real? Reflect on how this belief is taking root, deep within your unconscious mind. Imagine how freeing it feels to know your best relationships arise, not from effort, but from simply showing up as you are. Picture how this belief reshapes your understanding of friendship and love. Now, just let this process continue, naturally, as you think less and feel more. Imagine these beliefs weaving themselves into the fabric of your mind, becoming a part of who you are. And the beautiful thing is, every time you hear these words or reflect on these ideas, they become more powerful, more automatic, without you needing to try. So when you're ready, move forward, bringing with you all these changes that are already in motion. Or stay in the state a little longer. It's all up to you. So take a deep breath, let it in, let it out. Notice how your mind begins to settle into a quiet rhythm, a place where ideas flow naturally and effortlessly. You don't need to think about how or why, because your unconscious, it already knows how to make sense of everything in its own perfect way. You don't need to force this process, because as you sit here, your unconscious mind is already aligning with new, empowering beliefs. And you might notice, or maybe you won't yet, these beliefs, they're becoming a natural part of who you are. Like a melody, you hum without realizing it. And as you think about this now, or later, you might find something begins to shift. It's not something you have to do, but something that simply happens, because deep down, you already know the truth. Your worth doesn't need validation, it simply exists. Like the foundation of a strong building, it holds everything steady, no matter what others think or say. Imagine this belief sinking deeper and deeper, rooting itself where it matters most. And the more it takes hold, the more natural it feels to let go of needing to impress, and instead simply be. It's funny, isn't it, how acceptance becomes effortless when you stop chasing it. And maybe you've already noticed people are drawn to those who are authentic, who don't try too hard, who simply are. As this idea takes shape, feel a sense of ease spreading within you, like a warm light, soft and gentle, yet profoundly powerful. Acceptance flows to you and through you because you are enough just as you are. And every time you interact with others, you might notice this light growing stronger, attracting the right people, the ones who appreciate you for who you truly are. You might remember a time when life felt like a race, like you had to prove yourself by standing out, by outperforming others. And isn't it interesting how that perspective begins to change now, as you realize the only person you need to outdo is who you were yesterday. Picture this belief like a switch flipping in your mind. Success isn't about competition, it's about growth. And as you embrace this idea, notice how much freer you feel. You're no longer chasing approval or recognition. Instead, you're stepping into your own potential, knowing every step forward is a victory in itself. There's something liberating about realizing that perfection isn't the goal, connection is. Think about it. People don't connect with perfection, they connect with authenticity. And as this understanding settles in, you might feel a new sense of freedom. Mistakes, they're not failures, they're stepping stones. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a doorway to deeper relationships. And is it comforting to know that being human, flaws and all, is more than enough? As this belief takes root, notice how your need to be perfect fades into the background, replaced by a quiet confidence in your ability to be real, to be you. Imagine fear dissolving, like the mist under the morning sun, as others' judgments lose their grip. Feel yourself standing taller, surer, freer. Picture self-doubt melting away, replaced by a quiet, unshakable belief in your own worth. It's not something you have to think about, it just happens, naturally, effortlessly, as you hear these words. Your identity is yours to create. And as you think about this now, you might notice a sense of curiosity, a wondering, who do I want to be? Not for others, but for myself. And here's the beautiful thing, you already know, even if it's not clear yet. Your unconscious is already guiding you towards your truest, most authentic self. So let it guide you, trust it, and watch as your identity takes shape, not based on others' expectations, but on your own inner truth. Have you ever noticed how relationships thrive when you let go of the need to impress? Picture yourself in conversation, not trying to say the right thing, not worrying about how you're perceived, just being. Isn't it amazing how natural, how enjoyable connection becomes when you're fully present, fully yourself? This belief settles in now, quietly but powerfully. The best connections come from being real, not impressive. Now take a moment to imagine all of these beliefs, your worth, your authenticity, your freedom from fear, coming together. They blend and intertwine, forming a strong, unshakable foundation deep within you. And here's the wonderful thing. You don't need to consciously think about this process. Your unconscious mind is already at work, weaving these ideas into the fabric of your being. Each time you sleep, these beliefs grow stronger. Each time you wake, they feel more natural. Each time you engage with the world, they guide your actions effortlessly. And as you continue listening, as you continue living, notice how these shifts happen, almost without you realizing, like a gentle tide that reshapes the shorelines. These beliefs, they're reshaping you in all the best ways. When you're ready, take another deep breath. Feel a quiet sense of gratitude for yourself, for this journey, for the growth already unfolding within you. As you move forward, bring these newfound strengths with you, knowing they're already a part of who you are. So do you take one more moment to pause, to let the stillness embrace you. Notice how each breath carries you deeper into a place of calm understanding. You don't need to try or push, because your unconscious mind is already absorbing, processing, and integrating these ideas in its own perfect way. Feel this truth settling within you now. You are enough just as you are. And imagine this idea wrapping around you like a soft, protective blanket. Every breath you take strengthens this belief, planting it firmly in the soil of your unconscious. And with each moment, a realization begins to grow. Your worth is not determined by how others see you. It's always been yours, unchanging, unshakable. So visualize this. A seed of self-worth has been planted deep in your mind. And each time someone sees you, each time you look in the mirror, it's as if sunlight reaches that seed, nourishing it. Watch as it grows stronger and steadier, rooted in your very being. Close your eyes now, or leave them open. It's all the same to your unconscious. Imagine a world where acceptance isn't something you chase. Instead, imagine it flowing to you, like a breeze that carries warmth and ease. Feel this belief taking shape now. True belonging comes not from impressing others, but from allowing others to see who you are. Picture yourself in a group of people. Notice how they're drawn to you, not because you're trying to impress, but because your presence radiates calm and authenticity. They feel safe, inspired, connected. And isn't it interesting how this belief becomes easier to carry each time you let go of the need to prove yourself? You've always known this, haven't you? That true success isn't a race, it's a journey, one where every step forward is a triumph. Now imagine this thought blooming in your mind. There's no competition. My only goal is to grow, to evolve, to thrive. Feel how liberating it is to release the need to compare yourself to others. As this belief roots itself in your unconscious, notice how quiet confidence begins to grow. A confidence that says, I'm walking my own path, and that is enough. Take a moment to think about what it feels like to let go. Picture yourself holding a heavy burden, one you've been carrying for far too long. It's the weight of perfectionism, the belief that you must be flawless to be valued. And now imagine setting it down, just letting it go. Feel the relief as it melts away, replaced by a warm, comforting truth. It's okay to be imperfect. In fact, imperfection is what makes you relatable, lovable, real. Every mistake, every flaw, every vulnerable moment, they're not weaknesses, they're windows, openings that allow others to see the beautiful, authentic person you are. And as this realization takes hold, notice how much lighter you feel, how much freer your steps become. Imagine this belief dissolving now, like ink dispersing in water. Feel the calm certainty growing within you. Others' opinions of me, they're fleeting, but my self-assurance is forever. Picture yourself standing in front of a mirror, not the physical kind, but one that reflects your true self. Notice how the reflection grows clearer, brighter, stronger. And as you look, you realize, I don't need external validation. My worth has always been within me. Think about the idea of identity, not as something fixed or dictated by others, but as something fluid, something you shape with every choice that you make. Feel this thought settle deeply in your unconscious. I'm free to define who I am, not based on others' expectations, but on my own desires, my own truth. Notice how empowering it feels to realize this. Every time I show up as my authentic self, I give others permission to do the same. Imagine yourself in a conversation, not worrying about saying the right thing, not trying to impress, just being. Notice how the other person leans in, drawn to the energy of your authenticity. Feel this truth embedding itself in your unconscious now. The strongest connections, they're built not on impressing others, but on being real. And isn't it interesting how this belief begins to shape your interactions? Each time you meet someone new, you'll notice yourself letting go of the need to perform. Instead, you'll simply be, and that will be more than enough. You may not notice it yet, or maybe you already do, but these beliefs are becoming a natural part of who you are. Each time you hear these words, each time you reflect on these ideas, they settle deeper into your unconscious, becoming effortless, automatic. And the beauty of this is, you don't have to do anything. Your mind is already making the connections, creating the shifts, like a river finding its path. These beliefs, they're carving out their place within you. Now as you sit here, let your unconscious mind take everything it needs from this experience. You don't need to remember every word or every idea. Your unconscious will hold on to what is most important, letting the rest fade away. And as you go about your day, notice how these beliefs, they begin to show themselves in the way you think, in the way you feel, in the way you interact with the world. And each moment it's an opportunity to reinforce these truths. Each breath strengthens them further, and each time you revisit this, the beliefs grow deeper, stronger, more natural. And when you're ready, take a deep breath. Feel the calm, the confidence, the ease within you. Know these changes are already happening, and that they will continue to unfold effortlessly in the days and the weeks ahead.